Hello and welcome
to Be Offended?
No.
With Joe and Tim?
No.
What?
No, we're changing things up.
What? Oh my God. I thought you had a stroke.
Wait.
Oh my God.
Wait a second.
It's like, I'm sitting with the lights are on, right? It's like, did my power go out? I'm like, no, but I still hear the music.
It's loading.
I'm like, so Joe must have just died. It must have finally happened that he hasn't podcasted in a while, and he went up to do his super strenuous
secret
introduction, and he just stroked right out in front of us. Okay, you're finally changing the introduction?
I'm changing the introduction.
Usually you do at the beginning of a new season, not the end of an old season.
No. Well, the reason why I stopped mid-sentence is because it's April Fool's Day. There you go. Yes, everybody. It's April Fool's. We got you.
You should have changed the music then. I could have
came into anything.
I could have done at least 25 minutes of child stories with our new format. Welcome to our new format, baby stories.
Oh, great!
Yes.
That's just what we need. Tim's baby hour.
Tips and antidotes of raising a child, parents.
God.
So some of you may have little boys.
No. Okay,
girls,
we're stopping.
And you want to teach them how to use the toilet, but you're afraid that they're going to, when they're sitting there, take their penis and move it around and pee everywhere.
Oh.
So what I have found when I am toiletry my child is to give them a toy, such as a magazine or a little bulldozer, so they can hold on to the toy instead of their penis. So when they're sitting there pooping, the pee will go into the toilet instead of everywhere like a fire hose.
Things you didn't think you needed to know about Tim's life.
No, you don't have to. Yeah, because children like to poop in privacy.
Okay, I'm putting
so you can't stand there and make sure they're not going to pee everywhere because you're not in there with them when they're pooping. They need privacy.
What kind of fucking
show
is
in order
this?
to dissuade them from taking their little penis and peeing all over your beautiful bathroom, you give them a toy to play with. So that is my tip, everyone, for the Tim and Joe parenting hour.
Your tip about tips.
Does that imply that we're raising children together? I should say. Tim's parenting hour featuring Joe, the childless.
The co-parenting hour.
The co-parenting hour with Joe and Tim here on this beautiful April Fool's Day.
April Fool's. Yeah.
So I had something which is not an April Fool's joke, Joe, and then Joe threatened this to be the last episode of the podcast. I am now a buttonless phone guy. It is the Apple Minute.
No, I'm not cueing it. No.
Scroll all the way down and hit that cumbersome button, Joe.
No, it's sad news.
Hit that cumbersome button and hit the Apple Minute music. This is the Apple Minute.
Oh God! All right.
There you go. Thank you.
The Apple Minute.
That sound comes in just when I show my face to my phone now.
God.
I show it to my... It even has a new setting where you can wear your mask and it still recognizes your face.
Oh, good. Great.
So, yes,
so bandits can get in.
We've spoken about this many times on the show, and me and Joe were amongst the last of the button phone people.
Yes.
Who prefer the home button.
Well, now I'm the survivor. I've been survived by my side by my iPad.
The last man
Gen
standing
4.
officially.
My iPad
Gen
Mini
4.
Gen,
Gen
4. And my iPhone 3.
So, yes, I waited until the iPhone SE 2022 came out. And because I looked and I read reviews and I looked and I was gonna pull the trigger and I was gonna I'm gonna buy this dinosaur phone one more time, and I was like, you know what? I was looking on the train and I'm looking at all these people and I can literally see their sex from like halfway across the train because the screen is just so large and it's like
giant
just
tablet,
such good definition on it. And like,
you got one of the large ones? Or are you like?
No, I just got the regular 13.
Do you have an iPad Mini Pro in your pocket?
I don't have the 13 Pro. I don't have the 13 Mini. I got the regular 13,
which is big. That's big phone.
And it is bigger. It is significantly, but it's extra screen, so it's like a little bit less swiping when you're looking at Twitter Like the boobs are a little bit bigger on Instagram.
It's 3%.
It's like everything
just
sizes up. So like it's just everything just kind of sizes up.
The penis can fit in one shot. You don't have to.
Well, not the ones I look at, Joe. No, I still need to scroll for those. No. Oh, this is an amateur
Jesus
hour.
Christ.
No, if I don't have to scroll these twice, don't even bother sending me a dick pic to angryhatemail@gmail.com.
I thought you just wait for mine to just load. Tim was like, my computer's running slow today. I was like, oh, this is a perfect time. Send that picture. Loading.
So, Joe, I have to say I'm very happy with it, and I think you would be too.
No.
If you got it, it is lightning quick, and the colors, the definition, even the feeling. I'm going caseless. I am going caseless. Because apparently
caseless. You're going free.
Apparently it's like it's space age glass and aluminum like they use on the space shuttle.
How long have you had it for?
2 weeks.
Okay, I can't wait for week 4 to come by. That's when it's gonna break. I can't wait for you to have the spider web crack of hell.
Well, apparently this is like unbreakable glass. So we'll see what happens,
with what age is your child? Unbreakable? It doesn't exist.
Oh, please.
I can't wait.
You know what my son does when he sees my phone? He hands it to me.
He's going to pee on it and throw it across the room.
I have him trained. He goes, oh, Daddy's phone. It falls out. And then he comes over. He'll fall out of my pocket. Daddy phone on floor. And he'll pick it up and he'll hand it to me and put it right back in my pocket. It's like, thank you, son.
What the fuck is going on with this show?
Yes, that's right. What?
I said, what the fuck is going on with this show?
I'm talking about my new iPhone.
You're talking about your new iPhone. You changed. This is not allowed. This is April Fool's, isn't it? It's April Fool's. You don't have a shitty face phone.
I would say I'd upload a picture of my phone to our Twitter. But
I don't know how to with your dick at the moment.
I don't know how to take. Oh, it's funny. I didn't.
You haven't done that yet.
Now if you want.
Exactly.
Okay, remind me. I will do. So Joe on a previous episode had a theory that he wanted to know if you could unlock your iPhone with face recognition by showing your penis
because it's very.
And both of us had a button phone, so we were unable to test that theory. But now that I have it's
the most secure
iPhone
way.
13, I can see. Yes, it's very secure. Yes,
it might take longer
because my phone is in evidence lockup at the precincts because I tried to open it on the train on the way to work,
crossing by the school,
and I waved my penis through. Yeah, right on that. I decided to open it right by the that one train station stop right outside the elementary school. So I got double dinged. Yeah. So no, I will not be trying to open my iPhone.
Okay.
Because what if it gets stuck that way?
Yeah. I mean,
is this a VR minute?
No. I was teasing something, but I'm not.
Are there any VR updates, Joe?
Well, yes and no. We're not going to get into it yet. We're holding off. Because
remember, Joe, my theory is that VR is a novelty that's stupid. So
what is it? Stupid? No, okay, yeah.
VR is stupid and it's a novelty. So the lack of VR updates just proves my original theory that VR is stupid. Thank you. Okay, Joe. You have the floor now that I've talked about my new iPhone.
You were obsessed with that phone. I've got some. Well, first of all, there's been a lot of movie things going on because the Oscars happened, and the slapped heard around the world happened, which was like meme.
Are we gonna be officially the last people?
People. We're usually the first people, but since we were on hiatus, this is the last.
Are we officially gonna be the last people to chime in on this?
No, I'm not even gonna chime in on it.
People waiting for our cold take.
I didn't know that it was the Oscars, and the only way I knew it was the Oscars was because of that.
Oh! I thought you said you didn't know it's the Oscars. You thought that like Will Smith just smacked him at like the garden or something.
Yeah, just hanging out.
Yeah.
No.
Was this the funny bone in Cleveland?
No, I just didn't know that the Oscars were going on until like the headline was at the Oscars, Will Smith slaps fucking Chris Rock, and I was like, what the hell? And so yeah, the Oscars are dead. But on movie topics, because I've been noticing some trends lately, movie wise. Netflix has connected, all of us.
Wait, we're really not going to talk about the smack?
No. Fuck the stat. We're gonna get into better stuff than that.
Oh,
Netflix is controlling your mind. It's
well, not you. You wear your tinfoil hat all the time.
I have my hat on, but Netflix is controlling all of your minds, and it's been happening for quite a while. And I picked up on it early.
You like to elaborate?
No, that's
sir?
it. We're done. No, I'm kidding.
This algorithm is this?
So, if you haven't noticed this, you will now. Whenever a new movie is like coming out soon in a new theatrical release, if it's any kind of connection to any genre or trilogy or whatever, Netflix for the first for 3 weeks leading up to that movie release will then release all the other stuff. So I happen to know that Top Gun is coming out soon, not because it's been announced, but because the original Top Gun is now like number 10 trending on Netflix. But before that, it was Ghostbusters, because the Ghostbusters movie was released a little while back, and then they had all the Ghostbusters movies. And then, so it's like, it's been this thing that I've noticed that anytime there's something connected to a new movie coming out, Netflix actually will have those movies, like whatever connection it is. So they get you in the mood.
Because that's a really,
so I want to do this. I want to do this, but with porn. I want to know what the new trend is because
on
currently,
Pornhub or something.
Yes, because currently it's of course everybody knows it. It's the stepbrother, stepsister, stepmom, stepdad, all this shit. But like what's coming up next? So I want to like peruse, like and see if there's any subtle hints being dropped of what the next it porn will be. We can get ahead of the curve. We can make our comeback.
Oh God!
That's all right. That whole entire setup was just for a bad joke.
Wow.
Yeah. Anyway, so
I don't know if there was enough loop for that.
No. It was all sandpaper all the way.
That was definitely not consensual.
It never is with me. So yeah, I've got that. It's just
only because they're not illegally able.
Shut up. No, I like. We're not getting into that. So my next door neighbor is a murderer. No, that's not on the list. I thought my next door neighbor was a murderer.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Joe, you're all over the place. Do you need a drink or something?
It's fine.
Was it the toilet training talk that
you threw me off as soon as you talk about kids? I don't want to. I'm switched off.
Throw you off the game.
Yeah, I can't start off with babies and then expect me to be a normal human. I just want to burn things down. Now.
But what would you prefer, Joe? I mean,
I prefer you talking about the iPhone first.
Would you prefer cleaning a dirty diaper?
No.
Or having the poop fall directly in a toilet? So I mean, I'm not. I thought it was the lesser of two evils, Joe. I mean, I really thought that I was hitting a good topic. Like, okay.
Yes, peeing on everything.
Wasn't shock jocks all poo poo jokes?
All baby jokes?
Pee and poo poo jokes?
It was probably the furthest thing.
Jockery.
I thought that my neighbor was a murderer.
Okay,
because there's this house.
Have you seen at Gilgo Beach a few times?
No.
On the side of the.
That's a deep cut.
changing the spare tire allegedly.
That's funny. No, email us if you get that joke. There's
where Long Island people at?
Yeah. There's this house that's like. I'm at one end of the block, and they're like about 2/3 of the way to the other end of the block, and
okay.
I noticed,
in case anyone needs to picture it in your mind.
Picture suburbia and a block and a house.
Yeah. But where the houses somehow these houses are matter.
Yes.
Somehow we'll see. Find out later.
So it does matter because I don't really see.
Oh God, this better not just be a whole way to make a cum joke.
It's just bad cum jokes. The whole show. Nothing is relevant.
No, it's just setups for terrible jokes.
I'm doing the
Joe's a very lonely man.
doing the Norm Macdonald fucking hour here. So I thought my neighbor was a murderer because there's been a lot of cops going to that house over the course of like a couple of years, and then like suddenly there was like caution tape everywhere, not caution, but like police do not cross tape. And then like people weren't there. And then I was like, oh, did someone die? Like what happened? I wasn't privy to anything other than just seeing the police tape. I didn't see when like the fury of, cops and ambulances were around. But then the house stayed like that for a while. And I live in a good neighborhood, so it's very, very weird to see this.
But you live in a good neighborhood?
Yeah, I'm not in the fucking Bronx or something.
I learned something new about Joe today.
Yeah. No, I live in a very, very good neighborhood. And so
not very, very good. You live there.
It's the one red dot.
just one very, Joe. Let's not. They don't allow rentals in very, very good neighborhoods, all right, Joe?
So I says to myself, I'm gonna take a look and look into this and see if anybody's got murdered. And nothing. Yeah.
Detective, we know from Joe's past stories here.
Yes,
he's a amateur gumshoe.
Oh yeah, do I have gumshoe music? No, I don't.
Amateur.
Yeah.
Being the key word, of course.
So I'm trying to figure this shit out.
Mystery music?
Yeah. So no, I couldn't find anything. But then miraculously, one day, the old dude was like there again. And they started to take down the tape, or he started to take down the tape, and it was just him. So I don't know what happened, but I think my neighbor murdered his wife and got away with it. And now I'm thinking I want to make a Netflix thing out of it because we did the murders, all the murders in the building. I think we have our first
murders on the block.
I think we have it. Something is amiss. I think you need to get the boom pole out. We're going to go across the street and just like stalk this guy because I think.
Did you try Googling the address or anything?
No, because that would put me on a blip that I don't want to be on.
To do any type of investigation?
None whatsoever.
Okay.
No. That's what the podcast is for.
Absolutely no.
Nothing.
Just pure speculation.
Pure speculation on
that could easily. I do have a Newsday subscription, Joe. You like the login, so you can. In case the article is behind a paywall, you can read about. I do if you need to.
No, but like this has been a thing. This has been an ongoing thing for like months, and now that all the police stuff is gone, and there's the dude is there, and his wife isn't. So I think he killed his fucking wife and got away with it. And now he's plotting. What if he hears this and he's plotting against me? Like I don't know what to do. This is very
well. As long as he goes to smoothlightballs.com and uses promo code BeOffendedRadio to save 50% off his order. I mean, that's fine, I guess.
Okay,
I mean,
yes.
If he
perfect.
needs to murder you, as long as he's, if he is listening to this episode, I mean, it's really uncomfortable to murder.
Subscribe if you've murdered your wife.
Yes. As long as he downloads us on multiple devices.
Yes. We can care less. No, he could get in on it.
The problem with my new phone is I backed it up from my old one, so it doesn't count as new downloads for the podcast. So that sucks.
Do you have to
and then
download?
I got a new job, and they never send me a new phone. So I missed those too. Yeah, I was gonna like quadruple our numbers by downloading like all 150 of our episodes over like multiple devices over multiple days.
Yeah, every once in a while, we get like this random uptick of like 1,000 fucking things, and I'm always
and Joe
like,
texts me, he's like, "Oh man, someone's downloading all the episodes."
Like, I just got a new phone. Like you fuck.
Like, yeah, my wife got a new phone and she was in the shower and I went in and logged in.
It's just text everybody. Like, download this. No, I think I'm living across the street from it's the murder across the street.
No, across the street and down the block. You described your block earlier. Let's not exaggerate, Joe. See, that's why you can't give too many details to the beginning. The murder got closer. As Joe lost interest, lost confidence in his story, the murder got closer, but he realized at the beginning he was full of piss and vinegar, that he accurately described it as like he's like on the corner and this is like 2/3 down the block or whatever the fuck it was.
Shit. All right, so it's the murderer across the street down the block.
And down the block. Only murders. That's going to be quite the podcast. You're going to have multiple levels. It's going to be an acronym. Only murders down the block
across the street down the block.
Yeah.
You have to start with
less than 3/10 a mile away.
12 houses down.
Yeah. Okay. Well, 12 houses down is the name of the podcast.
Down. Okay, there we go.
That's the name. I'd listen to that podcast.
There we
12
go.
houses down. Yeah, there we go. Okay.
Holy shit. We need to go to a break.
Yes, we do, Joe. I think Joe needs to reset. Joe, you want me to send you some ciders?
No,
Why don't you go down the block, knock on the door? He probably got extra now that he killed his wife. He's probably got all her leftover ones. You better drink them before they expire.
I hate babies.
Are you looking for more talk radio? You can find all of Season 1 of Be Offended and Season 2 of The Inappropriate Guys at BeOffendedRadio.com.
And we're back! I have to do it different every time, remember? Oh, he doesn't come back then. Boy, we're just throwing everybody out the fucking window.
April Fools. Yeah, I'm enjoying a nice Miller Light. April Fools.
What the hell? No, it's always a cider. Can't
Not
fool
April Fool's
me.
Day.
Yeah.
Almost got you.
Yeah. So I got. Oh God. Did you ever hear about?
Joe should have put his thoughts in order before we started podcasting today.
I'm very discombobulated today. There's a lot of shit that's going on. This is unprepared, but still prepared enough. Have you noticed? You know what? Fuck it. Never mind. We're gonna go to a different topic then.
No. Let's go. I love your fucking setups. Go ahead.
So, I've noticed.
Of course, yes. Question.
Just like I've noticed that my neighbor's a murderer, I've noticed that there are people in my life who I assumed were married and have not been married, and now are just getting married. And it happened to me about 3 times this year, where I thought someone was married, and then they were like, hey, our wedding's coming up. And I was like, I thought you guys were married for like fucking 5 years already. Like, I thought I was not invited to that wedding, not invited to this wedding. Either way, I'm not invited, but...
That's what I was going to say, is that it seems like... if they were that close, you would have been invited to a wedding, and then you would have.
But no, these aren't like.
So you're asking if I've noticed that, or that people who I thought have been married?
Yes, because it's something that I'm noticing more.
No, I'm nowhere near as self-absorbed as you are.
Do you also just get like invitations to all the weddings?
No, but I do follow enough to like ask questions about other people, or like look at like their social media or something to put together.
I see. Yeah, no, I'm like, speaking of, like, yeah, some people on, like people on Facebook who we went to high school with or college with or whatever, the same people. Like,
yeah, so you're finding out now they're just getting married?
Yes, and it's very bizarre because I'm like, wait a second, I thought that was a thing already, or that like people were just like, I don't know, I guess they were like publicly acting like husband and wife, and I see the ring, so it's all, you just assume, but then it's like they're engaged for like 12 years. I don't know. It's fucking weird. And it pissed me off because I want to go to more weddings. So this is my plot.
I mean, I'm trying to pull this one out of the ditch here.
No, this is only, I'm only trying to bomb.
There are people who I have known who are in very, very, very ridiculously long dating relationships.
Yes, dating. Yes,
or engagements. Mm-hmm. Yes, and that you think like, oh, we met these people like 2014.
Yeah.
And like they were living together at the time. So you like, but they never actually even got engaged or got married. So that, I mean, it goes back to, I need my family music, please.
Jesus Christ.
But like, why is there, like, what are they waiting for? Right? Like, because that's like, so one of my friends.
You're actually going down the route that I was going to go.
One of my friends from law school, she's the same age as me, right? So that's like late 30s, almost 40. And her boyfriend, they moved in together. They have solar panels. Like, she's like, oh, we got 29 solar panels in case we have kids. And I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, in case you have kids. I'm like, you're 38 years old. Like, what the fuck are you waiting for? Like, in case you have kids, like, it's still in debate. Like, unless there's a baby in you, like, today, and like you just don't want to tell me. Like, though, that extra kilowatt hours, that's going to waste. Like, you're gonna need like 7 electric cars to like use up all that power you're generating, because like it's not in the cards. Like, you're 38, so that's yes. And they're not engaged and they're not married, but they're somehow she's like, oh, we have all this power in case we have children. Yes. And I think to myself, what the fuck are you waiting for?
Yeah.
So I think it's kind of a related point, is that like, what the fuck are you waiting for? Like, how do these people who we know who are in their 30s just have all this time to casually date and be together, and oh, we're not doing labels and doing this and that, and like, oh, this future we have, like, you don't want to be a 42-year-old first-time parent.
Yeah. And that's kind of like where I was going with it, is that there's this like weird limbo thing where like a couple, and it's just, it's odd because you assume, like, John the Baby Maker, he got married early. He was the first of the Mohicans. Oh my God,
yeah, no, right? he's already like 12 years in, I think.
Yeah, like he's
ridiculous.
Yeah, he's already on like the what's the anniversaries that have the special, like, more expensive things. Like, he's gonna be fucking broke by the time he's at his like 30th anniversary. That's it. It's done. So, like, I base everything upon John the Baby Maker because he was the first. And so, like, I knew, like, the chain of events of dating. I think the problem is what I've noticed. Follow me around the block here. Down
to
the
your
block.
Neighbor murder's house.
Is that John the Baby Maker really got into things really quickly because I think he had like a pressure of some sort to like push him in a direction to have that like life. But is that going away? Like, do people now like just want
100% in metropolitan areas such as ours?
Yeah, it's just like it's gone.
And others across the country, the idea of getting married before the age of 30, 33, 35 and having children
is just not there.
Absolutely ridiculous. My best years were 26 to 30. We've often discussed that.
Yes.
And my Poontown years, if I had gotten married at the same age as John.
Wait a second.
John was already married. John was already married.
John was already married when we were having like the time of our lives.
I had sex with more women since John was married than all the years of my life before that.
I had sex with women when John was married in his own house. Like that was just like
his roommate kicked down my door, so that's I lost that one.
Oh yeah, no, I oh God, there was a couple of moments,
but yes, going back to the thing is, it's yes, you are accurate that for some reason now, like the average age of marriage and first child is like the average age of first child is like 27 or 28, and that's nationwide. So that includes like Orthodox Jewish people who get married young, Jehovah's Witnesses get married young, you know, like the Christians in the South who get married. You know, so like you're taking all these people who are like 18, 19, 22 getting married.
Yeah.
And like there's so many New York, LA, San Francisco type people getting married at 33,
they're getting
35,
married so late
that the average is actually average out to the late 20s now.
Yeah, yes. So that's why I'm like, I thought you guys were married already. I thought you guys were whatever, and it's just weird. I'm just noticing
it's economic, and as somebody who you didn't go to college.
I didn't go to college. He's saying I didn't go to college.
Community college, Joe.
Yes, doesn't matter. College is college.
No, there's a word in front of college. You have to get through community. If I had said, if I was, I don't go college community. You didn't go to college. You went to community college. I skipped college. The word. No, you have to say the word community before you get to college. Therefore, it's community college.
I went to university.
There's a lot of economic pressure. So a lot of people are hooking up with other people who are college, MBA, law school, and they have a lot of debt. So part of the reason is because they cannot afford to get married. They cannot afford to buy a house. They cannot afford children. So they put it off. And that's the actual truth, is that it's not
This is a deep dive with Tim now.
No. That's what it's the truth is that people are living together as rentals because they're like, well, how the hell are we going to start a family in a 1-bedroom rental, or like how are we going to have a wedding? Well, we going to have a cash bar. Like that's
you know
gay.
What I think it is?
Okay, so what can I say? That's
frivolous.
That's corny. No,
okay.
that's tacky.
Okay.
I was picturing the shirt. I'm like, that's, and I pictured like John Waters, and I'm like, that's, but it was tacky was the word. Yeah, tacky.
Okay.
Sorry.
But like, what is, like, I see people who are together, right? And I'm like, what are you waiting for thing is also
money.
Like,
it's
I
money.
don't think it's just money. I think it's everybody wants a fucking way out. I don't think people are getting married because there's so much divorce. Everybody's just like, you know what? Let's just perpetually stay like this. And let's just hang around for the next 10 years and see what the fuck happens.
No, because
the people who I know who are getting married now, the same other group of people are also just starting the divorces.
If that's true, then we should envy those people because they are living in the present. So
I envy everybody. I'm just sitting here in a fucking bunker.
Yeah. Pushing 305.
Yeah,
I understand.
I'm just along for the fucking
with
ride.
With a murderer
guys.
living 7/10 of a mile down the block and around the corner in the next village. Yeah.
Shooting my load in an old baseball glove.
if that is true, I think it's economic, but if it is true, then we should envy them for their ability to live in the present, because part of I just met somebody. Oh, we're gonna have sex. Oh, we had sex. Oh, we're gonna move in together. Oh, we moved together. We're gonna engage. Part of it, a relationship is the next level.
Well, nobody wants to get to the next level. Everybody's afraid.
Which I envy then, because I think that's the hardest. No, it is.
Don't let your wife listen to this.
It's very no, because you see people who get married and inevitably get a dog within like a year or two.
Well, that's like the de facto. Is if you don't get the dog, then you have to get the kid. It's one or the other.
Which is what I'm saying is because those people it's like step by step. I have a girlfriend. Okay, now we have sex. Okay, now we have unprotected sex. Okay, now we stay in the house all the time.
Wait. Who started with protected sex?
I'm just hypothetical.
You're the bareback
I'm
kid.
People out there. I am the bareback kid. The bareback kid rides again. Yes.
Rides again? Oh, no. Is that a precursor to what might be coming down the line?
No, I've always ridden the bareback kid.
I'm afraid. I don't want you to get into a number war with John the Baby Maker. That's all.
In my decades of experience with the bareback kid, I can tell you there are no accidents, Joe.
There are no accidents.
No, you don't get the nickname the bareback kid by having accidents. I'm not the child support kid.
Tim always played with the sniper rifle on Bond.
Yeah, because of my accuracy.
Yes, his accuracy was always.
No, I'm not they don't call me that. I'm on Maury Povich kid, Joe. I'm the bareback kid. But no, but that's exactly that. You are illustrating my point. Is that people get married. And then they're within a year or two, and then all of a sudden the dog comes out, because then everyone outside is like, they have the dog. They must not be ready for children yet. But it's that next step of commitment. So if couples can truly be engaged not engaged, or even dating for 10 or 12 years without getting married, then I think we should envy them, because they're living
my parents
in the now and the present.
My parents did not get married for a very long time. And then they had a wedding
Wait, you kept blowing up the living room every time they all their down payments.
He was trying to figure out a way out.
All their down payments were every time they had a reupholster. Replacing the sheetrock and the vaulted ceiling from your little
Well, we need a new kitchen, honey.
Their umbrella budget every time you tried to make every time you make a parachute out of an umbrella for your bicycle.
Bicycles galore.
Oh my God, that's the 17th umbrella this year, honey. There goes. I guess you're not going to be able to get the band for the wedding.
Jeez. Yeah. Well, I guess that's what it comes down to is people are avoiding.
They were squirreling it away because they thought you had to put you in a special home every time.
They were waiting to see if I was going to get normal, and it just didn't happen. Yeah. So they're like, all right, fuck it.
What do we spend the money on? Do we spend it on a wedding or putting Joe in an institution?
Once they saw that I turned out kind of okay, they were like, all right, fuck it.
They waited.
We're gonna have the wedding.
They waited till you turned 18, didn't they?
Yeah, there was 2 envelopes. It was either the reception hall or Arkham.
Every week Joe's stepfather would come home with his paycheck, and they look to see what Joe was doing. He was sitting there normally, and they put it in the wedding fund. And he was sitting there like mixing. Yeah, they put it in the Joe goes to the asylum funds.
Well, joke's on them. They made the wrong decision. No, I guess it's true. So I guess people just waited out, and I got something to segue off of. There's space lettuce out there now, and we have space lettuce. They have been accurate. They've been growing lettuce up in the International Space Station for a while.
And now it's for sale for consumer purposes?
Well, I think what's happening is they're going to start making like space food, but in the opposite direction. At first, space food was like the freeze-dried shit.
It's actually going to be...
Yeah. I think
the exact opposite of like the shit that they sell at 7-Eleven.
Yes.
Have you ever told me about the time I tried to go... We tried to go to 7-Eleven?
What? Wait, you ate food
like
at 7-Eleven?
Me and I think I want to say it was like before like the Blues Traveler concert in Great Neck that I didn't realize everyone can go to for $5, and I went without everybody, and everyone's really mad at me about. But like I think like my in-laws were bringing dinner, but we were starving, so the only like store up in that area of Great Neck was a 7-Eleven.
Okay.
And we spent like 12 minutes in there trying to find like real food.
And it was just...
And like it doesn't exist. It's like literally just all soda and candy and like trail mix.
Wait, but which I don't think you're going to 7-Eleven, because 7-Eleven has like hot foods and sandwiches and fresh like
the one we
salads.
Went to it didn't have anything fresh. It
it's
had
the
nothing
old
hot.
School? Oh.
It was like the old school.
Franchise.
It was like magazines, like
magazine rack,
like
cigarettes,
tape, like WD-40, and then like just rows and rows of candy, like bars, and like bags of candy.
Did they have caps?
Sodas and Gatorades.
Did they have caps?
So anyway, sorry,
okay.
not to introduce.
No, space
so
lettuce.
Anyway, I'm just thinking like, but that's what food on Earth has become. So like maybe it's funny if like they
it's the healthiest food of all. It's made in space.
So like me and my wife would have like killed for space lettuce. That day.
Yeah, exactly. You would have like
I would have done any kinds of Lay's potato
chips.
Yeah, we're starving to death eating Lay's potato chips. No nutritional
value.
Well,
we also know that you only like the top chips.
Oh, the Fritos. I actually had Fritos before we podcast today. Now I was thinking how funny it was that like there's nothing. One of the joys in life is like the when you open a bag of Fritos and you eat like the really fresh, really crisp Frito off the top of the bag, and then you close it and throw out the rest of it because it's worthless too.
Fucking Timisms, everybody.
Thank you, Timisms.
Yeah. Well, anyway, there was space lettuce, and I was like, oh, I want to get some of that. And
okay, are they selling it though, or you just wanted to share their growing?
No, just wanted to share it. There's nothing.
And what was the segue from that?
No, you think I have segues?
Were your parents sending you to space with that other envelope of money?
No, there's no congruency in anything I'm talking about on this show. That's the whole point. There's
so it's truly an April's Fool.
I gotta give there's a leap second coming up. All right, I'm done.
Joe, close your eyes, count to 5.
I'm done. We were here. We said everything we need to say.
Oh, that's it already?
That's it. We're done. Look at the timer. It's running out. 19, 18, 17. Say something.
Well, that was something.
It was something.
Email us at angryemail@gmail.com. Follow us on Twitter. Be Offended Radio.